Y'all see how Larry Bird hit him up? I don't know who this guy is right here, number 4. This guy right here. Hold on. We're going to go back. We're going to go back because he hit him up. He hit him with a fake pass. Dude didn't know where the ball was at. He didn't know where anything was. He was completely lost. Like, I feel like Doctor Strange had came in there and did some sort of hand tricks and sent that boy into a different dimension because he didn't know what was going on. That's crazy, diabolical. Let's get it. We back. And as y'all can clearly see, we got the setup going again. So be sure to hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. And also drop something in the comments on my takes, my opinions, my open thoughts on Larry Bird. Hey, if you've been here, you already know I'm a huge Larry Bird fan. I feel like he's the greatest basketball player of all time, especially overall. He ain't got to be the most athletic, but I'm telling you, IQ-wise, the man was a basketball genius. Be sure to drop some in the comments as well, other videos y'all want me to check out too. But we got another Prime Larry Bird video. Everybody that's been here, we all huge fans of Prime Larry Bird. The guy is a great content creator, whoever the face is behind the content. Just great narration. But I don't want to talk y'all heads off because I know we like to get in and get out. But be sure to hit that like button. Let's get these likes up again. We've been doing really good on the other videos. So I want to thank y'all first and foremost. And now I'm going to thank y'all because I know a lot of y'all already going to be liking the video. So I appreciate it already futurely. But let's get into this video. The best Larry Bird versus arrogant showboat story ever told by the finest Prime Larry Bird.
A person's making an issue out of this as Bird is jarring with him.
And Person will be called with a foul. And Person and Bird have a few words.
Yeah.
Bird again.
Come on, man. You know our boy Bird got a bad back.
And he was pushed by Person.
Person stuffed him and had something to say afterwards.
And that's what I'm talking about.
Right there. And look at Bird. Person didn't dare look at him.
Out of all of the times where Larry Bird trash-talked and dominated an opponent, Chuck Person was one of the few players that stood toe-to-toe with Larry Bird and actually held his own.
It started my rookie year, and first time I touched the ball, my very first game, he said, "Shoot the ball, rookie. Shoot it, shoot it, shoot it." I said, "Okay, I'll shoot it." Wow, like that, and it went in. And I said, "Don't ever tell me to shoot the ball. I shoot it every time." And from then on, it's been a battle in the last 6 years.
Person uses that right arm to get Bird out of the way, and then he drains it, and then he talks to Larry. Trev, Person for three. We're tied up. And he's jawing with Larry Bird again. Person wants the ball against Larry Bird. Count it. The first Indiana lead. Listen to the crowd. He'll pull out and shoot a three. Watch him. Here it goes. That'll be good. It is the Person show.
And when they faced off in the first round of the 1991 playoffs, their underrated rivalry was an intense.
If I'm not mistaken, that's McHale, and he's gone. He's gone. Thompson is gone.
Physical.
Oh, my.
Hard-fought battle of will.
Chuck Person's doing a little talking to Bird now. And now they're bumping. And he's back to talking, and so's Larry Bird. Person. And when he talks, he walks.
And with the series tied 2 games apiece, Larry Bird, in the 5th and deciding game, gave us one of the most iconic moments in NBA history.
Before we get going, y'all, this next part seems like it's going to be real dramatic, so be sure to hit that like button. And what y'all think about Chuck Persons, man? Drop some in the comments. How good was he? I mean, obviously, we know he couldn't really hang it with Larry Bird, but to be a rookie and be able to, you know, carry your own because maybe you taking over the team, of course they're going to give you about 35, 40 shots, you know what I mean? So you can heat up, you got your confidence, you know, you rookie, you fresh out of college, you in season, you know. To me, it looked like he could play a little bit, but I don't think he could hang with Bird. I just think this was like Larry Bird that was more later in his career. I really ain't like that part where he pushed Larry Bird in the back. Come on, man. You know Larry Bird got a bad back, man. Everybody in the stands really should have rushed the basketball court and jumped on him for that. But like I said, drop some in the comments what y'all think about Chuck Persons. Honestly, I think he had a terrible haircut. Terrible haircut. I don't know who told him to get his haircut like that, but if y'all ain't seen it, make sure y'all look at this man's haircut. It's just like a patch of hair on top of his head. Like, if you're going bald, man, just shave it all off. Like, literally, man, it's just terrible.
It's one of in the Bird lore, it is one of the top 5 incidents that he did that might have been the last great moment.
Marv, the mood of the Celtics could be described as confident. In fact, this is the 10th deciding game of a playoff series Larry Bird has been involved in. By the way, the condition of his lower back injury remains the same, expecting to play about 40 minutes through pain today.
And it has come down to this 5th and deciding game between the Celtics and the Pacers. Bird in the open court over Williams. Pacers down court in a hurry. Larry Bird has some words right in the face of Chuck Person as Person called for the timeout.
Because Larry Bird started the game off hot, you couldn't tell that he was battling a severe back injury and was in a lot of pain.
Larry Bird at this point in his career is now squeezing to the end. It's a ceaseless struggle to get healthy enough to play.
Larry Bird did not play the final 7 games of the season as he decided to sit out and see if he could get his back ready for the playoffs. His back was day to day, and no one knew if he would be able to play in the series.
I don't know how I'm going to feel tomorrow. I don't know how I'm going to feel Thursday or Friday. It's just wait and see. It's a game that we're playing right now, and hopefully I'll be prepared to play every game.
I remember walking in the locker room, and I saw Larry before the game, and I said, how you feeling? I'm okay, I guess. Well, he wasn't okay. Guy could barely put his pants on.
He spent the night at the hospital in traction, so he had to be in just unbelievable pain.
Bird off balance. 6 points for Larry Bird.
Bird putting his shoulder down that time, actually trying to create off the dribble, which is unusual with the bad back that he has.
As Larry Bird carried the Celtics to a lead in the first half, while already in excruciating back pain. To make matters even worse, with 4 minutes to go in the second quarter, Larry Bird took one of the nastiest falls of his career.
Right now, Larry Bird with 12, and the Celtics lead by 7. 4.5 remaining in this first half. Bird had a knocked away by 7. Powers on the recovery. Bird is hurt. Bird is down, and he's hurt.
As Bird goes after the loose ball to try to save it, he does in fact get it, keeps it in play, but he paid for it, struggling right now to get up.
It was a thud when he hit that floor. You heard that boom. The breath went out of that building because they thought that, that was it.
What went through my mind, just hope it wasn't anything too serious. Obviously, if was something wrong with me anytime you see Larry Bird walks off the court. Something seriously got to be wrong.
Larry Bird's face hit the floor so hard that he knocked himself unconscious for a few seconds. He left the game with a concussion and had a broken bone in his face. And with the Celtics leader out of the game, Chuck Person and the Indiana Pacers smelled blood.
Don't think the fact that Larry Bird is in the locker room right now isn't helping the Indiana Pacers pick up their level of attention. They smell it right now. They know the leader is not on the floor. Someone needs to step up now for Boston and take over in Larry Bird's absence.
And Chuck Person with 20 points. The first time this afternoon the Pacers have had a lead.
Honestly, in my opinion, I don't think that the Celtics started to play badly or poorly because they couldn't keep up with the Indiana Pacers. I think a lot of them had something going on in the back of their head, wondering about Larry Bird and his condition. I mean, at this point in time in this Celtics legacy and Larry Bird's career, they had developed basically, to me personally, they developed like a family. So it was like an aura, like, we're all brothers, And one of our brothers, who was one of the most important figures on our team, is incredibly hurt. I'm pretty sure word got to all of them Larry Bird's condition when he hit that ground. or not even knowing what his condition was after he hit the ground that hard. That's probably why they couldn't really play the way that they wanted to play while he was out. And we're going to let the story play on. I kind of seen this story before, but for the new people that's new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the like button. You're going to see what happened next, and you can start to see like how that charisma all just came about and why it came about.
Well, right, Chuck Person was a real force, and there was a lot of back and forth going on.
Person for three. Yes. From straight away.
And Larry bangs his head on the floor.
I know.
Bang, boom. Has to leave the game. It looks like the ship's going to sink, and we're going to go home in the first round.
Person from downtown. What a shot by Chuck Person. And he gets the treatment from the crowd as he reacted. Indiana with a 3-point lead.
And the cameras are on Larry emerging from the locker room, coming down the corridor. The cavalry is arriving. The crowd sees him. They go berserk.
And here comes Larry Bird. As Michael Williams is covered by Robert Parrish.
They ain't waste no time.
I got the sense the Pacers were stunned to see him there, and that they thought, holy what's going to happen now?
Throughout this timeout, they have been standing and cheering since Larry Bird made his way from underneath the tunnel from the Boston locker room. He went out with 4:23 remaining in the second after taking the fall, and he is back in the ball game. Reggie Miller's shot rebounded by Bird.
I'm going to pause it real quick just to say that's what I was talking about. You see how that charisma instantly just changed that fast? Man, be sure to drop a like for that boy Larry Bird, man. He was a real trooper, real soldier, dedicated to winning, playing the sport hard, not caring about the fouls, not caring about none of the intimidation that people try to throw at him. He was a real deal problem back in the day. Shout out to Larry Bird once again, man. But drop a like, y'all. Drop a like for my boy Larry Bird.
Never met an athlete that would play with pain the way he does, and an athlete that's so highly self-motivated as Larry Bird.
People's pain threshold are different. Some guys will dislocate a finger and go ahead and play with it. Some guys can dislocate a finger and be out 6 weeks. I think it's just something within your body that some guys have a good pain threshold and some don't. But to me, I was just so glad I got the NBA and made it. I didn't want some little injury messing up my whole season, so I tried to play through it.
Bird with the step on Shrep. Yes!
When Larry returned, the Celtics went from losing by 3 points to winning by 13 points in a matter of minutes.
But they come right back at you.
Bird on the reverse, and it counts.
Real problem. That's what you call a headache.
I think it's really a mental thing that, Larry's on the court now. Hey, now we got our leader back. We got a big option here we can go to down the stretch during the game, and he's just a big emotional enough when he's on the court too.
3-point play for Bird. Bird ahead of the field. And it's the Celtics by 13.
The fans at that point wouldn't let the team lose because of what Larry was doing.
Sanders at 6'6", giving away 3 inches to Bird, who's trying to post him up through the foul. Yes! And it counts!
Bird, who does the bulk of the work on the defensive boards, is always looking down the floor and just gets it out over the top of Reggie Miller. And he's going to lead this group with a little bit of emotion, and then also by taking it strong to the basket, showing them how it's to be done.
Through all of the pain and injuries, Larry Bird came back and led this Celtics team to a victory, proving that there's a big difference between being a good player and being the greatest of all time.
Fact.
Because today's players just aren't built like they used to be.
Mike, rarely do you see this kind of emotion from Larry Bird.
No, but Larry Bird is answering the challenge put forth to him by Chuck Person and the Indiana Pacers, and he's letting it all hang out today.
I'm talking about today's player. When you look at Larry in that game, and Bob Hill says he's coming back and be ready for him, would today's player come back in a game like that? Now
No.
with load management, where agents and managers are saying you got to take care of your body and your product. And it's true, you know, I mean, your body is your livelihood.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, I remember Jordan playing with 104-degree temperature.
Yeah.
A courageous, classic performance by the flu-ridden Michael Jordan.
Larry, we just talked about that game, you know. With
Isaiah Thomas against the Lakers in '88, 25-point period on a bad leg.
He's got to be hurting and limping. Thomas goes up, and Isaiah Thomas having an incredible period.
Yeah, so it's just, I don't know, maybe I'm being unfair, but that just isn't there anymore.
Boston 110, Indiana 96. 4 minutes gone by in the fourth. Bird again ends up on the floor, and he was pushed by Person.
Person stepping up with the blind screen right in the area that Larry Bird doesn't need it, in the middle of the back.
Bird.
Hey, y'all see how Larry Bird hit him up? I don't know who this guy is right here, number 4. This guy right here. Hold on. We're going to go back. We're going to go back because he hit him up. He hit him with a fake pass. Dude didn't know where the ball was at. He didn't know where anything was. He was completely lost. Like, I feel like Dr. Strange had came in there and did some sort of hand tricks and sent that boy into a different dimension because he didn't know what was going on. That's crazy, diabolical. No, it's right here.
In the middle of the back.
I think 4 or 5 years you'll think back about what he did, or you'll just, you know, you'll go that. I think it's one of those things that as the years go by, it'll become bigger and bigger and bigger.
The Boston Celtics, in a terrific series, have defeated the Indiana Pacers. They won it in 5 to advance to the second round.
You know, I already had a lot of respect for Larry Bird, but the way he played today, you know, it's like the stuff you tell your kids about. And I told him at the end of the game, I've never seen anything like that.
Truly amazing, and you know, it's courageous, you know, and all those other things. And he's the leader. He is the leader of the Celtics, and he will be until he retires.
I've known Chuck for a while, and we've always had run-ins, but it always seems like I get the last word.
Great video, y'all. Great video. I'm completely not lost for words, but it just gives me so much respect for Larry Bird. The way that he handled himself overall in general, even when Chuck Person's hitting in his lower back. Like, me, honestly, I probably would have got up and been ready to throw fists, because it's like, come on, man. I know we competitors. We both trying to win. You trying to, you ruining, you know, something that's very, very important, like my health, my well-being, to be able to get paid for being an NBA player and take care of my family. Like, come on, man. It's not that serious. Things do happen. That game could have been intense. It may have been a playoff game, but don't try to take me out of commission. You know, if anything, let somebody else on your team do it. that's not getting no playing time, and he's just like a flunky out there. But you're a leading scorer on the team that I'm playing against. Come on now, man. You should have a little bit more respect for the other threat on the opposite team. But maybe it was an accident. Maybe it wasn't. But if you've been here this long, I want to know what y'all think. Drop something in the comments. Do y'all think Chuck Persons intentionally tried to, hit Larry Bird in his lower back or middle back, and where the majority of his pain is at? Or do y'all think that was an accident? He didn't think Larry Bird was going to, be backpedaling. So, I don't know. But definitely a great video. I always enjoy hearing this story because it just says so much about Larry Bird's courage, charisma, character, everything about him. To continue playing basketball after going through something so excruciating pain like that, hitting his head on the ground, being knocked out, having the back pain from the jump anyways, and even playing in the game, having to lay on the ground. I mean, it just says a lot about his character. I do want to touch on one more thing before I let y'all go here. They was asking, do you think these NBA players these days would, keep playing with an injury like that or being injured like that? Because they show Michael Jordan having the fever. They show Isaiah Thomas playing, with a bad ankle. We've seen Kobe Bryant play with a broken finger. And we watched Larry Bird just now play basketball, being knocked out unconscious with bad back pain, and still coming out there and carrying his team to a dub when it looked like things were about to get real rough for the Celtics in that game without him. But I would have to personally say these NBA players never would do that. The NBA nowadays is just full of a bunch of rich people or a bunch of people that were poor or not as wealthy as they are now currently, and they're doing anything to protect their wealth, their riches. As you clearly can see, people don't really even care about getting an NBA ring anymore, and that's what it all was about, becoming a champion of the sport that you've been playing all your life, winning, making legacy, becoming a Hall of Famer. I don't think these people really care about that no more. It's just all about the money, and without doing any real work for it. I can't blame them. As you clearly can see, I have a work uniform on. Working every day is completely rough, so I really can't blame them. But just to speak on it, that's my opinion. But it's your boy DtaeNoDinero here. Y'all know I ain't got no money. That's why I'm wearing this outfit anyways. I gotta get up and go to work tomorrow, and I work today, and I'm just working, man. But anywho, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. If you enjoy the content, conversations that we had so far, drop a like. Most of us will, and I appreciate y'all, like I said at the beginning of the video. But in the meantime, stay tuned, because we coming back to back. I don't know. Is it going to be all Larry Bird? Let's see if we can find no Larry Bird videos. But peace. We out. Silly, but